Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Steph and this is sort of a get it all done with me video. Obviously, if you're not new here, you will know that I am going on holiday very soon and I'm trying to get the house to an acceptable place before I leave. It's not quite where I want it. I feel like it normally takes me 2 or 3 days to do these videos, even though it doesn't seem like I do a lot in that time, but this work is undone by the time I've finished. So I feel like I'm going in circles. So the house, oh, there you go. There's the phone notification right at the beginning. I'm going to mute the phone now. There we go. It's muted. No more phone notifications. Yeah, so the house isn't quite where I want it to be as of the time that I'm posting this video. But as of the time that I was making the video, the house was looking pretty good. So we start off, we're getting some washing out, which is a big deal. You know, this is maybe only the second or third load that's gone out this year. We've had such nice weather that I just feel really guilty when I don't put the washing out, but it's not always possible for me to do due to like physical energy and things like that. But yeah, hang it out. My shoulder is doing great. Like it didn't take as much out of me. I wonder the first time that I did this and it hurt my shoulder, I was standing on the concrete, which is like a step down, whereas when I did it now, I've been stepping up onto the grass. Also, just ignore the fact that I keep dropping everything and then still hanging it up. It's 5-second rule, guys. So my throat is a little bit croaky, and as you know, I'm very, I want to say low effort, but let's call it what it is. I'm very lazy. I don't like going back and editing the voiceovers. I basically hit record, start talking, and you get what you get. And if you don't like the talking, mute it. But I think most of you at this point are here for the general ramblings. So yeah, hanging washing out. I needed to get my daughter's cadet uniform ready because she was at cadets on this day, which is quite good actually because it lets me know when I recorded this because I couldn't remember. Time has had not a very good concept for me lately. So I hung out the washing. I think I wanted to do a whole house clean, and I feel like I could call this a whole house clean because I technically go into most of the rooms. Anyway, we do washing, kitchen, dining, living room, and then I think we do hallway, and then we get washing out of the upstairs rooms, and then that's kind of where we leave it. You see me hanging out another load as well, which is on the following day. And then I had big plans to do more. However, time, like I said, has just gotten away from me. I had a big exam yesterday, so Saturday. I had a really big exam, but it was at 9:30 in the morning. And so when I wanted to get more housework done on the Friday, I really just had to study. So that's kind of what I did. And then the exam, it was weird because so we had a choice of questions that we could do from it, but nearly all of the questions were about the same topic. It was quite interesting actually because the topic was executive dysfunction, which if anybody follows Remy Clogg, she talks about that a lot. So executive function. There used to be some confusion between what the difference between intelligence and executive function was. So basically intelligence is you know the thing, and then executive function is you can then act on the thing. So, it's how you behave, it's how you control your behaviors, making decisions, looking forward to the future, planning, working memory, all of that kind of thing. And then there's different things like shifting, so that's the ability to shift between tasks, and then inhibition, which is the ability to inhibit behaviors. So for example, with inhibition, there's a test called the Stroop test, and it's basically where you are shown words of colors. So the word red, for example, but you have to say what the color of the ink is. So the word red, if it was written in red, you would say red, but if it was written in black ink, you would say black. And what it's testing is your ability to inhibit, because we read quicker than we register what colour the ink is. So if you have to inhibit that first reaction, which is to read the word, and then just state what the colour of the word is. And so people with executive dysfunction really struggle with that. And then another test, which tests switching, so your ability to, flexible thinking, and if you're doing something by a set of rules and then the rules change, it's your ability to adapt to those rules. So a test for that is, it's a sorting card test. So basically you might have a card that has a background of stripes on the background of it, and then it'll have a shape, and it might have different amounts of shapes. So let's say it's a diagonal background with one square on it, and then you'll be shown like 4 cards, and each card will be different. So some of them will have maybe one shape on it, some of them will have like a square or triangle or different backgrounds, and you don't know what the rules are. So you don't know, are you trying to match the number of shapes, the type of shape, the or the background? And so you have to figure it out, but then the rules might change, and it's your ability to adapt to those changes. So that's testing your ability to like flexible thinking as well as working memory, because if you figure out that it's not that rule, then you have to remember, hold in your memory what rules you've already like tested, kind of thing. So those are some tests that they do to test executive function, and I kind of had to talk about this in the exam. And then executive function is one of the, I want to say, well, executive dysfunction is one of the symptoms of ADHD. So there was a question about that as well. So it was quite interesting, because the module that I sat the exam for, the only part of that module, because it was the assessment in clinical psychology, the only part of that module that I actually enjoyed was the part about executive function. And then that's what all the exam was about. So I think I've done well. I really enjoyed it anyway, and that's what counts, I guess. Anyway, as you've seen, I have tidied up the dining area a little bit. We've put on a load of washing. Arthur was home this day, even though it was a school day, because he had his autism assessment in the morning, and I just kind of bribed him and says, if you participate, then you can stay off for the rest of the day. And he did participate, and he has officially now been diagnosed with autism. I'm just waiting on the letter arriving, but they basically did it there and then. And I was thinking, how can you, like, this is a very short test, like compared to, you're only seeing a snippet, but they says no, because this has been an ongoing process for a few years now. So obviously all the information that they've been given from the doctors and the school and the dietitian and myself, all of the information they've accrued, and then this was just a general chat to speak to Arthur in person. And then, yeah, he's now officially got his diagnosis. So that should hopefully help with getting some support for him in school. They are quite supportive, but I just feel like there could be more to help him, And then, yeah, feel like it is just good for his understanding. I mean, right now he doesn't care like at all about it. But as he grows older, I know that right now there's a lot of adults, especially in the UK, who are currently, especially women, who are currently being diagnosed with ADHD and autism, and they've really struggled throughout their lives because it's just gone undiagnosed and unnoticed, and now they're struggling and they're only just getting diagnosed. So I feel like getting this diagnosis for him quite early on will help him in the future, so that he can understand himself and know what support there is available to him. So yeah, so he's home this day and he was helping me, and every time I called him through to do something, he was like, oh, and I was just like, hey, you're the one that is home right now, you can help me. So yeah, he helped by taking all the laundry to the correct rooms and things, and I think he took some rubbish out, and he brings the washing in for me later on as well, because I get a second load of washing out. So yeah, he was very helpful. We're just kind of doing the usual, not really getting to the deeper stuff. A lot of what I do is surface cleaning, honestly. But I also feel like, so the plan, this was the plan, was to, originally I was going to do the 5-minute timer challenge, and then I thought, I just feel like some of these rooms need more than 5 minutes. So I didn't do the 5-minute timer challenge, but I did try and just do a little bit in each room, and then I was going to circle back around, and then the circling back around just doesn't happen. But because it's Sunday now, I'm going away on Wednesday, and so Sorry, you guys might hear some background noise outside. And so the house isn't quite where I want it to be. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I spilt this bowl of, I think it was Weetabix, all over myself, all over the floor, all over the cupboard. So I do end up having to change my trousers. So it will look like it's a different day because I'm wearing different clothes. It's not. I just changed my trousers. Forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, so the house isn't quite where I want it to be, but I'm in a good place right now. And so I have plans. Like the house, I'm going to do a whole house clean before going away on Wednesday. But I also do have quite a lot to do, and I've overdone it slightly the last couple of days. So for anybody that follows the other channel, Fife Free Cleaning, you will have seen the Explore Fife with Us video, which we actually recorded that yesterday after my exam as a kind of celebratory video, for one, doing the exam, and then two, for reaching 20,000 subscribers on that channel. So we went out and explored, and we did a little bit of hiking. So I kind of overdid it, considering we were also cleaning today. So now I'm like lying in my bed recording this voiceover completely broken. So I had planned to do a deep clean of the bathroom tonight. That is 100% not happening. My hand has broke out a wee bit and I just hurt everywhere. So I'm just going to spend tonight recovering. And then tomorrow, I don't know if I told you guys that I'm getting braids, but I'm getting box braids in my hair. But I have to sit for like 4 hours minimum. So we're going to see how that goes. I'm going to spend the time editing footage on my phone and reading, probably. I'll get some reading done. Why not? So yeah, that's the plan for tomorrow. And then because I'm sitting for so long, it could go one of two ways. Either I will feel very rested and be able to get a lot done when I get home, or I'm going to be very sore from sitting for so long. But I'm going to tell them, I need regular breaks and to walk around and to not be sitting in the chair for as long as possible. So that's kind of the plan. For anybody that doesn't know, I want to do a Q&A video, especially because I don't have any back footage right now. Obviously, I am planning over the next couple of days to try and get as much footage recorded as possible before going on a holiday, but I am going for 2 weeks and I will be vlogging while I'm there, but I probably won't do much editing. So the footage I get will be for when I get back to edit and release, but we'll see. I say I'm not going to do much editing, but I'm a workaholic. It's hard to not sit and do stuff like that. But anyway, so I don't really have any back footage. So I'm going to do a Q&A because that's something that if I do struggle to do anything else physical, then I have that backup. Not sure what my plan is for the Q&A, whether I'm going to go live and do it, or sit down with a cup of tea and talk at the camera, or do something while talking to you, or do something and then in the voiceover do the Q&A. So please comment below and let me know like what you want. I think if it is going to be a case of I'm doing the Q&A in place of cleaning, then I might try and sort the sock basket out while doing the Q&A, or I might just sit with a cup of tea. We're going to wing it, but I would like to know your preferences. Also, if you do have any questions for me that you'd like answered in the Q&A, drop them below. I have got a community post up where you have asked quite a lot of questions, which is fantastic. But not everybody sees the community posts, especially if you watch YouTube on your TV, because I know that I don't see them. So yeah, feel free to comment below with your questions. So we're finally tackling this living room. The funny thing is, I tidy all of this in literally the same day. My daughter, my youngest, she is adorable, okay? So she's seen that the living room was tidy. There was just me and her in the house, like in the evening. I can't remember where everybody else was, but they were out. And so she's like, I'm going to make a surprise for everybody. So she gets all of those blankets back out and lays them all over the floor. She goes upstairs and gets like her little nightlight and brings it down, and all the teddies and stuff again, even though I've just put them away. And then she gets out the colouring book. She basically, everything that you've just seen me pick up, she brings it back down and puts it back on the floor. And I didn't have the heart to tell her not to, because for her, she was doing a really nice thing, because she was like making this like colouring blanket area for everybody in the house. And she was so excited. They came through the door and she was like, I've got a surprise for you guys. And so, yeah, I just kind of let her do it. It was quick enough to pick up again. And as soon as she went to bed, I actually did like a little reset of the room again, which is not like me. And I was very proud of myself. Anyway, so now I have obviously been ordering a lot of stuff from Amazon, and some of these parcels are also gifts from 5 Free Cleaning. So what I tend to do is the stuff for 5 Free Cleaning gets delivered to my house, and then it gets put in a box and sat at my door, and then anytime I go to the office I take it along. So some of the stuff is for 5 Free Cleaning, and then some of the stuff is stuff that I've ordered for the kids on the plane, and that will be a separate video, like what I packed for my children kind of thing. So yeah, I'm just kind of sorting that out and getting rid of all the excess packaging. And then I think I just clean the floor. Well, I say clean the floor. Really isn't any cleaning going on. I kind of clear the floor. That is something I want to do though, before I go on holiday, is I'd really like to steam mop all the floors, because it has been quite a long time since I actually mopped. It's one of those jobs that I can only do if the children and dog and husband aren't around, which really isn't that often. And so it's usually an evening kind of thing, but I'm not really an evening cleaner. By 5-6 o'clock, I don't do anything at all. So it's one of those jobs that kind of falls by the wayside, but we do it eventually. When I do it, I usually steam mop because it's been that long, and then it should be easier to keep on top of after. So yeah, we might get interrupted by my children, because why not? They always interrupt me. And I just heard like somebody running around downstairs. It was funny because there was a couple of bits that I cut out when I was walking in and out of the room, but I maybe should have left them in, because you get to see Xander wandering around. And for anybody that is new here, Xander is my puppy. Well, I keep calling him a puppy. He actually just turned 3 this week. Was it this week? Whenever the 6th of May was, he turned 3, so it was his birthday. But I still consider that really young for a dog, even though he's technically like, what, 21? Is it 7 years for a dog? Yeah. So he's technically like an adult now. But we're going to call him a puppy. Anyway, he's a miniature poodle, and he totally blends in with that sofa. So if you can see him, yay. I'm just trying to figure out if somebody is going to come and interrupt me or not. So now we are moving on to the hallway, and we don't do a lot in here, but do you know what we do? So I think I mentioned about the paddling pool in the last video. And so that basin has got the hose in it, which is still connected, which is behind the radiator cover. So we have to clear the radiator cover and move it to undo the hose, like the hose from the tap. And then we have to click the radiator cover back on and put the hose away and all of that jazz. So we get that done, which is really good for me, because this is the kind of thing that I would make that mess, and then that's the kind of mess that would stay there for weeks before I sort it out. And so this has only been a few days, so this is actually really good progress for me. I'm not gonna lie though, the paddling pool is still outside. That's probably been about a week now, I think. But I was thinking, like, the thing is, every time I walk through my garden to get back to my house, or anytime I'm leaving my house, I see the paddling pool and I think, oh, I need to sort that out and put it away so it doesn't get ruined, because I literally have to buy so many paddling pools because I leave them too long and they get algae and they just get gross and unusable, and then I have to buy another one, and it's so wasteful, and I know it's wasteful, but I just can't not do it. So anyway, so anytime I walk past it, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to sort that out. But obviously I'm always on my way to do something the time that I walk past it. And literally the second it's not in my line of sight anymore, I immediately forget it exists and that I have to do it. It's like when you have to text somebody or get in touch with somebody, but every time you remember, you're busy doing something else. So then weeks go by and then you realise you've not contacted that person. Like all the friends that I have, which is not a whole amount because of this reason, but the friends that I do have know that they either hear from me immediately or in 5 to 7 business days. Like, there's no in between. I love this radiator cover because I just hate the look of radiators. But like this is the only radiator cover I have, and this wall is slightly, what is the word? Bowed? It's like it curves in slightly. So I managed to clip the left side onto the wall, but that right side doesn't actually clip on because there's like a very small gap where the wall curves. And when we moved into this house, in the middle of the stairs, like, because my stairs go up a few stairs and then there's a little landing and then they go up more stairs. So in that middle landing part, when we moved in, there was a big heavy gilded mirror on the wall. And obviously my bookcases are there now. So that heavy gilded mirror was the inspiration for doing this hallway, because I wanted to put that mirror right when you walk in the door above where that radiator cover is. But I didn't know about the wall being bowed. So the mirror can't even go on the wall because of the shape of the wall. There'll probably be a way to figure that out, but I've not done it. So yeah, that's all we do there. And then we're nearing the end of the video. So this is now the next day, even though I'm wearing the same clothes. It's just to trick you. No, it's because I just often wear clothes twice in a row. I think what happened was after I did that hallway, I then went for a bath, and so I just got into my jammies after that, because I was going to continue recording, and then I was just like, oh, I'm already in my jammies and it's late, and so I didn't. So anyway, so this is the next day, hanging out another load of washing, and then I'm going to go around the house and collect washing lying around. We are very nearly to the bottom of all the baskets. Like there is, after I did this wash here, I had no more clothes in the basket, and then I just went around and got them off the floor, and there wasn't as much as there usually is because I've been quite good at keeping on top of it. So yeah, this is pretty much it. I wanted to ask you guys as well, and if you've made it this far in the video, you guys are the ones that this actually applies to, and it matters. Obviously, I've been doing 2 videos a week, but I don't feel like I do enough cleaning to warrant 2 videos. So you never see like a whole house clean, because it would take me like a whole week or 2 weeks to do that. So you are kind of only seeing bits and pieces. Now, if you are happy with that, then I'm happy to continue doing the 2 videos a week. But if you would rather see a whole result in the video, I'm not wording this very well, but if you want to see, you know, a start to finish and I actually finish video, then I might cut down to just doing 1 video a week. But let me know what you think. If you don't mind just seeing, you know, the progress videos, because I mean, housework is never ending. Let's be real, it doesn't really matter. Even if I finish, by the next day it'll be messed up again. But if you don't mind these videos where you just see little snippets of what I'm doing, and it's never really a, you know, satisfying end result, then that's fine. I'll continue doing the 2 a week. But just let me know, because I'm fine doing it either way. I'm still doing more housework since starting this channel than what I was doing before it. And I think it's okay in the summer. Like, see, when the weather's like this, it's definitely easier for me. I have more energy. In the winter, I might be more slower. That might be a 1 a week in the winter. Anyway, this is the last little bit. Yeah, my room was in darkness at this point because this is early in the morning. Yeah, just picking up clothes. I make the bed a wee bit, and then I pick up clothes from in here. I pick up clothes for in the bathroom, and then that is pretty much it. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Also, I should have said this at the beginning, but huge happy Mother's Day to all our American and I think EU, like basically the rest of the world except the UK. Happy Mother's Day. I didn't realise it was Mother's Day until somebody wished me a happy Mother's Day, and then I was like, oh yeah, it's Mother's Day for other people. So all you mothers out there, happy Mother's Day from me. And yeah, I hope you have a good week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.